Need some coins or MT for that God Squad you've always wanted? For fast and cheap currency, make sure to check out MMOEXP.com and use code ZERK for 5% off your order.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, guys? It's Zirksee coming at you today with another Madden Ultimate Team video. And today I'm going to be going over the guys, my Madden 23 Core Elite QB predictions. Now, I'm actually going to be doing a lot of these particular videos this upcoming week, but I wanted to start off today by going over my Core Elite QB predictions, and then I'm going to go into a lot of other positions as well. This upcoming week, I'm going to do running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, a whole bunch of them. So let me know down below your guys' predictions. Now, I know, right? Maybe I'm wrong with some of these, but I will say I've been pretty decent at predicting what overall players are going to be, whatever. And of course, this is for Madden Ultimate Team, not the head-to-head ratings. Obviously, players are going to be like 99, 98, whatever, but I'm just saying for their Core Elite Madden Ultimate Team ratings to start off the year. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Zach for being a part of the Noti Gang. If you guys want a chance to be shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. Turn the notification bell on and comment down below. Noti Gang. Also, guys, if you want to check out Underdog Fantasy, you can use code ZERK to match first deposit up to $100 and follow me over on Twitter. And if you guys want to get in on those season-long NFL private fantasy drafts I've been running over on Twitter as well, follow me over on Twitter and there may be a giveaway. I don't know if it's going to be up today or not, but may have some Madden 23 copy giveaways coming very, very soon. Definitely check out my Twitter. So like I said, guys, we have my Madden 23 Ultimate Team QB Base Elite predictions, but something I just want to give you guys a little bit of a back info here just for your knowledge. Let's take a look at the Madden 22 Base Elite QBs so you can kind of see how I did what I did. Alright, so these are all of the Base Elite QBs that were in Madden 22. Now, there were 13 Core Elite QBs, okay? So that is something to keep in mind. Also, you will notice there's only one 88 overall QB, 188 Patrick Mahomes, there's an 87 Brady, 86 Rodgers, goes down and down and down, and then all the way at the bottom, we did have 4 80 overalls, and there were quite a few, Core Elite snubs as well that didn't end up getting Core Elites, like Burrow didn't have a Core Elite, but of course he was, injured a little bit in there, so obviously that's a main reason why he didn't. Carr didn't get a Core Elite, Kirk Cousins didn't get a Core Elite, so I may have some quarterbacks you guys think maybe they should have got a Core Elite, but I'm not going to have them on prediction. But we had 13 of them, and obviously so, I can't make everybody a higher overall player regardless of what I actually think about that player's talent, whatever, because there's going to be some really, really good players that I'm about to say only deserve like an 82, 83, and you're going to say, what, they're top 5 QB. Well, that's not how Madden Ultimate Team works at the start of the year. They're going to be kind of lower. They're not all going to be 86, 87, 88. And with that being said, though, I actually have 14 Core Elite quarterbacks that I think that we will see. Let's get into it. Of course, when I'm trying to find his Core Gold card, I actually cannot find it. But Derek Carr is actually the player that I think will be an 80 overall in Madden 23 to start off. I think he's going to be an 80 overall to start the year. Now, Derek Carr had 4,800 passing yards this year with 23 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Last year to start off the year, he only had a 79 overall, I believe it was. He was this close to getting an 80 overall and didn't get it. I think with him being so high in terms of passing yards, although we didn't have a crazy amount of TDs, did have 14 picks, I think because of his passing yards alone, he's going to sneak in and get an 80 overall. Again, you guys just have to remember here, like I said, can't make every QB 84, 85 overall. I know there's going to be people that are mad. And another player that was a Core Elite snub this year, and again, his Core Elite card is not up on the auction block, was Kirk Cousins. Now, Kirk Cousins had 4,200 passing yards, 33 TDs, and only 7 picks. That's a pretty good season. So again, I do think that Kirk, maybe I have him too low. Maybe he could be 81 or 82. But as you guys saw, there were 4 80 overalls last year. So there's got to be some QBs that are just going to be 80 overalls. Like Kyler Murray was only 80 last year. So I do think that Kirk Cousins is going to barely sneak in and be at 80 overall. Although, I could be wrong. He could be a little bit higher. I don't see him being higher than like an 82, though. At absolute max pin at EA does it, but I have him at 80. Now, Kyler Murray started off this year at an 80 overall, and during the NFL season at the beginning of the year, Kyler was going off, okay? He was having an incredible season. Kyler Murray was potentially going to win MVP if he, like, kept up his pace, whatever. But then he did get injured, but he played very well. Now, he had 3,700 yards, 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and then he also had some nice rushing stats to go with as well. I feel like Kyler, once he got back from the injury, though, just didn't really play up to how he was at the beginning. So I do think he's going to get an upgrade. And yes, I only have 280 overalls, and maybe that'll be my downfall with these predictions. Maybe they'll have a lot more 80s. But Kyler, slight bump up to an 81. And personally, I'm super high on Kyler Murray this year. I've been drafting him a ton on underdog drafts. I've been taking him like crazy. Even though I know DeAndre Hopkins isn't there the first 6 weeks, I think Kyler's going to have a monster year. This is one, honestly, that I'm just not really sure what EA is going to do. With Deshaun Watson, okay, he already has those cases and everything. So is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Is he going to be in the game? I don't even know. So I honestly don't know exactly what to do with Deshaun Watson. He's 84 overall, but logically thinking here, I just kind of feel like they're going to drop him in overall a little bit just because he didn't play at all. So I do have him going all the way from an 84 overall down to an 81. Maybe you guys can let me know if you think that's too big of a drop for Watson, but I don't think he'll stay at 84. I feel like anything, he would probably drop a little bit. So I haven't been at 81 there with Kyler. Now with 4,600 yards, 34 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, and making it to the Super Bowl, we have Joe Burrow up next. Now here's the thing. With QBs, they don't always give them the biggest leap in overalls. And with Burrow, he had a really good year. He had a really good year. And I think he did good enough. If you take a look at the other QBs that were on this list for Madden 22, players like Josh Allen, players like Lamar Jackson, right? Being 83 overalls after some pretty good years they had. I think Joe Burrow, I think he's going to slide in right underneath that. And I think he's going to be an 82 overall. So Burrow, 82. I love Joe Burrow. I absolutely love me some Joe Burrow, but I think he's just going to be an 82. I feel like Bengals fans, you might be a little bit salty about that one, but that's where he's going to be. Lamar Jackson was injured quite a bit this year. He only had 2,800 passing yards, 16 TDs, 13 interceptions, and I think 700 rushing yards. So definitely was not the best season for Lamar Jackson. But again, he was injured, so it's kind of like a Kyler Murray situation, but almost not as good as the Kyler situation, I would say, because Kyler was definitely outplaying Lamar at the beginning of the year. So Lamar Jackson was 83 overall in Madden 22. I think he's going to come down, but I don't think he's going to come down that much. I don't see them dropping Lamar all the way down from 83 like an 80, 81. I think he just comes down one overall and sits right there with his division rival at an 82 with Joe Burrow. Now with almost 4,900 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, and 17 picks, which puts him third in the NFL in passing yards, Matt Stafford had an incredible season with the Rams, obviously made it to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl as well, and started this year off with 80 overall. So I think Stafford gets a nice little upgrade right here, up to 83. I feel like that's solid. Maybe they go even higher. I could be kind of low on Stafford here. Maybe they make him like an 84. I don't think it'd be higher than that, though, because I think there's a lot of higher talent that's going to be above him, but I put him at 83. Now, with 4,400 passing yards, 37 TDs, and 10 interceptions, my guy, Dak Prescott, I do think he's going to get a bump in overall, obviously having a very good year. He was 7th in the NFL in passing yards, and I felt like he put together a pretty good season. I feel like no matter where I put Dak on this list, people would say that I'm being biased with this, but I tried my very best to not be biased this at all, and I feel like he fits perfectly in here in terms of players who had a core elite, had, a lower overall, had a good year, and are going to get a bump in overall in comparison to someone like Lamar, who, didn't have necessarily the greatest year and took a bump down. I think Dak slides up from an 81 to an 83. And to me, I feel like that is perfect for Dak Prescott. I don't think he's going to be any higher than 83. I feel like he's either going to be between 82 to 83 overall, but I'm going to say 83. Although Russell Wilson only had 3,100 passing yards with 25 TDs and 6 interceptions, again, it was kind of a year where a lot of top QBs, unfortunately, so got injured, and Russell Wilson, unfortunately, got injured, and then he got traded. With that being said, though, he had an 85 overall to start off the year, so you do have to take into account, them having higher overalls. Will they get bumped down? Will they stay the same? Whatever. I do think he's going to come down a little bit, but it's not going to be much at all. And I think that Russell Wilson will simply just go from an 85 to an 84. It's still Russell Wilson, and he's going to feast in Denver. And in my opinion, definitely a top 5 quarterback in the NFL in terms of talent, and I'm sure a lot of people have them in their top 5 as well, is Justin Herbert. 5,000 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, with 15 picks. Now, I do think that Justin Herbert having a 78 overall to start off this year could hurt him a little bit in terms of, where you guys actually think he could be ranked, but you do have to factor in that he did have a 78. However, he was number 2 in the NFL in passing yards, and I feel like EA really, really loves Justin Herbert as well. So with that, I had a Russell Wilson at 84, and once you get into these higher overalls, like 84, 85, 86, whatever, you don't necessarily always tend to have multiple people at that overall, so I do think Herbert could potentially be an 84, but I actually have him at 85. Maybe it's too big of a jump. We'll see. I have Herbert 85 overall. And coming in right ahead of Justin Herbert at an 86 overall, I'm going to go with Josh Allen. I do think that Josh Allen having an 83 overall to start the year is going to help him, go up just 3 overalls to 86. And I think he's kind of propelled himself as one of the top 5 QBs in the NFL, not just talent-wise, but I think just about everybody can believe in Josh Allen now after the year that he had. Well, Josh Allen had 763 rushing yards with 4,400 passing yards, 36 passing TDs, and 15 picks. He's a very obvious threat on the ground. He can throw the ball through the air. He's going to have high throw power, which is always going to help his rating and ultimate team as well. And they're probably going to juice up his speed a little bit too. So I do think that Josh Allen will be at 86 overall with Herbert at 85. You're going to see a lot of these younger QBs kind of start to peak up the overalls to start off the years with correlates. You're going to see a transition from the old guys to the young guys. Now with 4,100 yards, 37 TDs, and only 4 interceptions, Aaron Rodgers won the MVP again. And with that, I will say this. When you look at the stats and everything, I don't think he's going to be the highest overall QB. I don't think he's going to be an 88, but I do think he's going to be an 87 overall. Aaron Rodgers, and, I don't know the last time that I did this in terms of my rankings with my base elite predictions, whatever, but this is not the only 87 overall QB that I think we'll see. With 4,800 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions, I think we're actually going to see Patrick Mahomes come down from an 88 overall and be right there at an 87. I actually think that's what's going to happen. Now, I will say this, okay? Maybe we don't get 287 overall QBs, and either Mahomes or Rodgers will be an 86, because I think there's another QB who deserves to be the 88 overall. But I think both of these guys will probably be 87s. Josh Allen at 86, Herbert 85. I think it just kind of makes sense. Although Mahomes didn't even necessarily have a bad year. It's just they don't ever really do multiple 88 overalls the same position. But Mahomes had an incredible season, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he stays at 88. But I think he's just going to be 87 Rodgers. And that's because Tom Brady once again just led the league in passing yards with 5,300 passing yards, 43 TDs, and 12 interceptions. To me, I feel like you got to make Brady an 88 after that. I think you absolutely have to. Although I know Rodgers won MVP, whatever, statistically speaking, when you look at the stats, I mean, Brady's just unstoppable. I don't know what it takes to stop this man. He doesn't even want to retire. He just knows he's too good. 88 overall, Tom Brady is my prediction. I don't think we'll see 288s, but I think we could see 287s, and I think Brady and Mahomes, they're going to swap. Brady 88, Mahomes 87. Let me know down below your guys' quarterly predictions, though. Did I miss anybody? Do you think I have anyone ranked too high, too low? I'm sure some of you guys are not going to agree with these ratings, but let me know down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.